Vortex.
And we are live. This is Battle of Vortex. Fear is away, and the Rebels will play. Tonight we are going to be talking about the next event in Vega conflict, Retribution. With me tonight I have Rebel Alpha, CM Carter,
Yeah.
Rebel Stryder with his broken ass laptop, and Zissis Fat Chickens.
Hello. As I light a cigarette.
Oh yeah,
Again,
classy man.
chain smoking like an alcoholic, this guy.
That's right, plus my Pepsi.
I got my Pepsi right here.
Oh,
I got my rum right here.
your rum. So, before we get into all this shit with the event, let's quickly do the shout-outs. Who wants to have a go? Because I do this far too well for people.
Okay, let's have a go. Shoutouts. Shoutouts! You guys know how this works. You've been here long enough. If I screw your name up, you gotta take one of these. If you're not old enough for one of these, then you better not be. Because I'll get in shit from your parents. Tonight we got in chat Bazinga 285, Bubba the Feds. Do you even base? Do you even base, bro? Settle down. Florable, Himu, drink it up. Lego Tank 1110. Lenny, what the? You drink too, Lenny. Mattress Side, MTFG Witchcraft, MTSTL. Rage Dog, Raiders Phillips, Raven Draker, Rebel Theo, Sector Patrol, Stackin' 101, Stephen Whittle, what's up, Steve? The Black Tower, 1995, Unleaving Denachos, Wookie 305, and Werven's Blade, the Pinkie Pie. For all of you that don't know him, that's Darth Lycan's arch nemesis. Lycan's busy, Werven. You might as well go hit his base. Leave Stryder alone tonight. Fear's not at home, so take a round out of his base too.
Oh yeah, just go for it.
So,
You mentioned Big Juicy.
what's on the agenda tonight?
Big Juicy. Don't know where Big Juicy is. He's lost his subspace connection. We have the event. The big event.
What event is this?
The
Magic
Retribution
Ponyland?
event.
Retribution.
Apparently Vega seems to be pissed that we went and attacked them the other month.
Because we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right. So they're coming back, so we're going to kill them again.
Yeah, apparently they seem to be fairly overconfident and think that they can destroy us with even more cool shit.
Which is great, because they bring the cool shit and we steal it, and then we get to use it. Speaking of cool shit, Carter, give us some information about what we're getting, or premature, or what's,
Sure,
what's this event about in terms of technology?
We have 3 event prizes this time. We heard you guys last time. You said that you sort of wanted a choice of what event prizes to get instead of just getting the same ones. So we have 3 tiers, and at each tier you can choose one of 2 weapons. And that's an armored hold, which is cargo storage that also gives you armor, and the siege driver, which is a long-range weapon, but slow and does area of effect. Have the Condor frigate, which is a really fast ship. It has enhanced AI, so you can auto with it a lot easier. And that's what you guys have to win this time. And I think you'll also look forward to the Vega fleets having a different layout than you're used to. These aren't the same Vega fleets that you hit all the time. And they aren't the same ones at the last event either. So we reconfigured them, we rejiggered them, so you guys don't really know what to expect. And we're liking that over here.
So
Don't worry, guys. We got Zissis on the case. 12 hours into the event, he'll have the video out of how you can do
2
this
hours.
nice and easy.
2 hours into the event.
2 hours? 2 hours? Is that? And what happens if you don't have it done in 2 hours?
If I don't have it done in 2 hours, it means I took too many coffee breaks, like last time. I did take coffee breaks, and 5 people beat me. Damn it!
Be accountable.
No, there are 1,000 reasons why Zissis will have this done in 2 hours, and each one of them is $1.
No, I think I can pull it off with, I don't know. I can't say because I don't know what the new cargo is, but whatever. I have $100 saved up for this thing, so. Lots of good
You
things.
$100. Settle down. That's for the first hour or first
No,
10 minutes?
last event, I think, if I remember correctly, I pulled it off in with like 80 or $90. And that was, taking it easy and autoing everything. This event, I'm not autoing everything. I'm just going to throw out the Apocryphers with Phase 2. Oh, sorry, with Gladius 2 and Phase 5 and see what happens. But, Carter, I have a couple of questions for you in terms of the new Vegas.
Sure.
Are they going to include cargo in them?
Yes.
Are they going to have res, or they will?
They will have data cores and they'll have res.
Okay. And when you say you're changing them up, are you putting new ships in there? So does a 50 still have the traditional ships that it has now, and they're just flying differently, or are they going to be different ships, or just different ship configurations?
We're not introducing new hulls, so you're not going to see 8 new types of Vega ship, but you'll see new configurations of Vega ships for each level. So the 50s that you're used to hitting aren't going to be the same 50s anymore. They're going to be a different configuration of existing hulls.
Will the configuration stay static throughout the event? So 50 will be the same configuration regardless?
Throughout the event, yes.
Okay, so once we figure them out, they're staying, and we'll just continue on that path.
Yeah, and I definitely encourage you guys to help each other out and sort of post like what your strategies were and the best ships you used and what worked best when you autoed. We always love to sort of figure out how you guys approach each one of those, and sometimes, especially users find better ways of autoing fleets than we know.
Well, that's because I don't care about my repair times.
This is way more inventive than you guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we need y'all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some autoing, but I also want to fly on this one because I'm really getting.
We've got some questions from the chat already. Will the cargoes have enhanced Condor AI?
Will the cargoes have advanced Condor AI?
The new AI that the Condors are having.
Oh, so you're asking if when you fight a Condor, if the Condor will have this same enhanced AI when you auto?
No, when we fight the new Vegas, are they going to strafe as much as that video that we saw with the new Condors?
They'll be pretty good. They'll be pretty good.
Okay. So what you're saying is potentially we got half high magnets on our MDs.
What I'm saying is that you should, if there are Condors involved, you should probably pilot.
Okay.
Also, a good idea.
Which means that I would probably be safe to presume that they put a couple extra Condors in all of the fleets.
I would
just to
and
make
they're
it
probably
harder.
not the weakest ones in the fleet either, like they used to be.
Speculation time. I'm guessing the lead ship in a 50 is a Condor.
Quite possibly.
Probably. I mean, looking at that video, it seems that they've jigged the AI so that the APOC is actually tanking for the Condors.
Yeah, see, that's not good because I'm relying on my Apocryphers to actually not tank and strafe around on my auto fleets. That's another question then, Carter. Since you guys are changing the AI on the Vega, are our ships changing in terms of their AI when we auto?
No. So I think that you'll see maybe your ships react a different way to Condors, but they're reacting in the same parameters that they already have.
Okay, so Apocryphers will split and battleships will split the normal way that they normally do.
Yeah, we're not making any AI changes other than the fact that the Condor has really good AI. There's no other sort of AI changes. And I think that, when your ships interact with a new type of ship, you might see a ship do something new if it's autoing a Condor or something like that, but that doesn't mean that we've necessarily changed anything about it.
It would be really nice if we were able to watch our auto hits on cargoes and our reads, but that's a totally different discussion.
I think I saw that in the feature feedback, future ideas. It's on our backlog. We looked at it.
It is. Okay. Yeah, because that'll help us. Right now, you can't really test an auto fleet unless you have someone looking for you, and sometimes they don't necessarily tell you exactly what you want to hear in terms of details.
Yep.
Also, I looked on the stats of the weapon and the ships and the shield. I was trying to figure out. Someone doesn't like it. I was trying to figure out what comments there, Alpha.
Fuck! You guys dropped the ball on a new weapon.
Yeah, some people are saying that the siege driver is less efficient than mass drivers.
Yes, it is by a very, very small amount. But the good thing about the siege driver, though, on a single weapon, it has more DPS. So it is useful on tridents and sides that only carry 2 weapon slots. That said, though, here's the problem I have. I look at the Condor, and I look at its specs, and I realize the Condor has no armor slot, and it only has 800 health. Well, if I'm going to be flying a Condor these days, and it's only as fast as a Hawk, really, right? So if I'm going to be driving a Condor with everyone's phased weapons everywhere, I need armor. The only way I can get decent armor is if I have Cargo 3, which basically invalidates my choice to get the Siege Weapon 3, if I really want to use the ship. Which means that I have to pick up a Cargo 3 to get a small amount of armor, just because I want to fly the Condor. That means I can't get the level 3 siege weapon, which is decent DPS. I'm assuming the patterns are saying where the level 2 weapon will be half the DPS. Well, at half the DPS and half the weight, it's pretty much shittier than a Mass Driver 5 in terms of DPS per weight. And it's no longer applicable as a viable weapon for scythes or tridents, which basically leads me to believe that level 2 and level 1 weapons, unless you're going to use them for low-tech stuff, are going to be useless.
So I think that's something that's very useful about the siege driver is that for ships that are a little bit slower, you can increase their range significantly when it comes to hitting bases. So even though those ships don't move quite as fast, they can still dodge more easily because they have more time to move.
I agree for bases, it's good.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, if I were you, I would be using the siege driver to hit bases.
Well, here's another problem I have with the siege driver. The minimum range is so huge that if you do get caught in space with a ship that just has a siege driver, you might as well call it a day. You only have a 1,000 meter minimum to maximum range, so 4,000 to 5,000. And your firing arc on longer range ships is kind of shitty. So if you get caught in space with a siege driver and that's all you got on your fleet, maybe a couple of distractors, you might as well auto the fleet and move on because you're going to be lost. The fact that it's down slow.
That's going to be tough if you get caught. The Condor is a little bit faster than the Nighthawk.
It is?
We definitely make sure that this is the fastest ship in the game. So I think that, when it comes to it not having a slot for armor, this is a ship that's for the best pilots out there. This is for the people that like to make Twitch reactions. It's for the people that like to move their ships around all the time, that probably want a faster ship, even faster than the Nighthawk. They probably love the Nighthawk and have all sorts of thrusters on it. But this ship makes sure that if you're a good pilot, you can take little damage and do a really good job.
The downside to that is nobody likes Nighthawks anymore because it costs me days and days to repair a fleet, right? Like, it's
what's the repair time
it might be a bit of a faster ship. I'd like to know what the repair time is. Number one, number two, I'd like to know, is the base speed of this Condor frigate faster than the base speed of the Nighthawk? Because the Apocs have a higher base speed than Revelations, without any thrusters on them.
And based on the pictures that we saw,
I have to check on the base speed, but I think that the Condor is faster base speed than the Nighthawk base speed.
I didn't see it based on the picture you guys posted. I did the math and it was exactly the same.
360 combat speed.
So there's no change to that's what a Nighthawk is.
Night Hawks.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is that the repair time for the Condor, just the hull, is 1 hour.
Okay, so it's a better repair time than a Hawk.
And
When I ran the numbers based on
the Condor.
no, you'd have to get the new Cargo 3 to add armor to the Condor.
Yeah,
So
I'm just thinking about repair time because it's the armor that bumps the repair time up. Mate.
Yeah, we don't know what the repair.
If no armor slot, it's going to be reasonable repair time.
We don't know what the repair time is on the new tech. If we knew what the repair time was on the Cargo 3, then we could assess comparability between that and the Nighthawk when it's loaded with stuff. But that said, we do have a picture of a Condor with a 3.5-day build time with Cargo 3, crappy weapons, and relatively low shields. And it was 3.5 days. Now, if Kixeye follows the pattern in terms of the build time equating to repair time, then it sounded to me like it was going to be comparable. There's the picture of it.
Yep, here's the picture of it. With 2 sets of shock 4, some sort of thruster 4, armor 3, and
That's
3
the
lots.
new armor.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a new Cargo, and that's a straight
Cargo hull.
thruster. So straight thrusters are lower than rears in
And
terms of repair and build times.
plasma missiles 2, 3 lots of them. Gives you a DPS of 57, a health of 800, armor of 950.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the armor count of a armored hold 3.
Yep.
Yes, 3 days, 23 hours. And looking at the cost of that, if that doesn't change, that's not too bad.
Yeah, the cost is not
So
that
it's
bad.
the repair time for something like that is very comparable to the Nighthawk.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It's very comparable.
So it's basically, you're getting a Nighthawk that...
Got two shield slots.
Shield slots.
And no
so-
armor.
Well, you'll have the 950 on the hull.
If you
or on
use
Cargo.
the armored Cargo 3.
Yeah.
Yes, which means that you can't get the high DPS weapon. The lower DPS version of the weapon is kind of pointless unless you're hitting small bases, and if I do that, I can just use Scatter Missile 5.
Tough choices, right?
There's something to think about in terms of what we're going to get with all this
Buy me a
information.
fleet of them, would you, Zissis?
I'll build a fleet first and see if they're worth it first. Well, I'm planning to, of course I'll finish the event in the first day, build a fleet just to fly them around and test them out. So if we do a weekend battle Vortex, I'll have some answers on that.
I'm thinking Saturday. Event starts at 19 hours, so Saturday afternoon again would probably be a good time for a weekend battle Vortex, just to get some information about the event. How long is the event scheduled for?
The event starts tomorrow at 3 p.m. PDT, and it ends Monday, March 31st at the same time, so 3 p.m. PDT.
Okay.
Are we ever going to
So
see...
it's the exact same amount of time as the last event.
So I'll have to finish this in the last 8 hours of the event again.
4 days.
Good, because by that point you'll know which one to pick, because you'll know people have been flying their stuff already. Carter, are we ever going to get these this tech again in future events? Are we going to see lost tech in upcoming events, or are we not?
Yeah, we don't have any sort of hard stance on this tech is only available at this event this one time. We don't know how we're going to make them available in the future. I think we need a little bit more tech before we do that. We need to look at things and evaluate sort of how we give it away, how much do we have, what kind of tech do we have that, what do people have as well? Did everyone pick the siege driver and no one picked the armored cargo? Did only like 10 people get the Condor, which won't happen, but, so you'll see it again. I feel confident saying that. I just don't know how or when.
So then my question now is, I see that the choices there, you have the choice there. Now, can I get double the amount of data cores and pick up everything?
Nope.
I have to make a choice.
You have to make a choice.
It's one or the other on each
You
tier.
can either have a level 1 armored hold or a level 1 siege driver. Same for levels 2 and 3. So yeah, you can either have a level 3 siege driver or a level 3 armored hold. It's up
Yeah,
to
I mean,
you how you
I
do
think
it.
that the best way to ask yourself is like, do I enjoy autoing? Do I want more cargo? At which point, you know, the armored core probably makes a lot more sense. Or do I really love base hitting, and I want to make my fleets better for that? At which point, I would say the siege driver.
You know, I'm on the fence about the siege driver though. Yeah, it's a nice boost in damage. So if I want to go hit a base, but at this moment in time, part of what I use to hit a base, I can use a master to also help defend myself a bit and fend off some fight. Whereas the siege driver, I've 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters is nothing, and then you tack on a 500 millisecond
Meters per second. Yep.
meter, whatever, for travel time on the shot. It kind of makes it tough. Yeah, it'll help us in a base, but if I have to defend myself with it, it's not going to do anything.
Basically, the
Almost
speed of
should have been a boost to the available range that I can shoot this at.
yeah, think about it. The speed of that weapon is almost as slow as a hawk with rear fives. So imagine a hawk with rear fives coming at you from, you know, almost half a screen away. You know, a freaking slow ass ship can move out of the way of that one. So
Yeah.
definitely it's base only.
I definitely would not use it in fleet combat.
Yep.
No.
Now, what's the
No, but I mean, Rage also points out like both of these would be beneficial to base hitters, because being able to go in with, or even for base snipers, like Red Eye likes to do all the time. He'll fly into somebody's base and just snipe out all their stuff. So you could go in with that cargo shield with your Nighthawks and go snipe out all his antimatter and resources, and make off like a bandit without having to specifically put something in to carry a lot of stuff.
So in
Yeah,
other
I did the
words,
math on that. It's not that much. It's 2 million res.
an excellent chicken fleet.
No, it's not.
Fleet.
It doesn't make a good chicken run fleet because it can only carry 2 million. So the only thing you get out of a base is 10 million. So it's basically less than a 50 cargo. It's not viable for that. That was my first thought, is get the cargo, put it on my chicken run fleets. But unfortunately, cargo 3 with armor doesn't hold as much as cargo 5. And if you put it,
The armored cargo hold is 365,000 tons.
yep, and cargo 5 is more than that. So if you put it, say, on the new ship,
obviously, it's going to be a trade-off between the armor and the
exactly.
cargo capacity.
Yeah, and the chicken run fleets have very low armor to begin with, so if I really wanted to armor them up, I can easily do it. But I guess it would be good for people that are running tridents. No, even that's not going to be good because you don't care about the armor when you're sniping because you have distractors. I don't know. It depends on your style, I guess, and the type of builds you're used to building. But I like the fact that everything's balanced across the board with this event. As in the prior event, it was sort of, well, you know, you get the secondary prizes as a sort of a low-beat trade-off to not getting the big ship. In this event, it seems like every single item that's offered is useful and is balanced among the group.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the other thing to remember is that, you know, after we did the separate XP rebalancing, where you can have fleets of any level to go out and attack anything, that even though, you know, the siege driver may not be the absolute best, maybe if you want to go hit a low-level base, it is. So that's something that you guys will have to experiment with a little bit more.
Yeah, but I think you give the siege driver 1 to the hands of these lower level players. Throw this on a longbow. It might it might do some good for some of these guys for base hitting.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I only have about 10 minutes left. Did you guys have any other questions, sort of about Vega in general, or the event, or anything?
I got a question.
Sure.
You guys are running a let me find it here. Contest right now. Contest is over.
Contest's
Announcing
over.
the winners Monday.
Yep.
I've noticed personally that you guys seem to do a bit of stuff to involve the community into these things. Do we anticipate seeing these ships in the future? And
Oh God, no.
hey,
Like Rage's battleship?
not Rage's super ship that wipes out the entire galaxy and puts Vega in a black hole.
You know,
That's out of
That's
control.
why
one ship, I think it was like 8 tridents stacked on top of each other, next to 8 tridents stacked on top of each other, next to 8 tridents stacked on top of each other with like some Nighthawks on the side.
Yeah, and it repaired in 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, I think that we're going to sell that ship for around $200 to anyone who wants it. No,
Alex, this is your
Can we get
favorite
it
ship.
I'm completely.
Zissis, buy me one of these.
I'll buy it right after the show.
We were actually really, really surprised with the quality of a lot of those entries. We don't know what we're going to do with some of the ones that we like yet. I'm gonna leave it at that. I wouldn't expect to see them anytime soon. But some of them are really, really cool. I don't have a straight answer, but I guess we haven't ruled out you guys seeing those ships again.
Well, what I would like to see is that the dev team sit there and render them properly, and then give us them as a file or a printout or something. You know, a memento for the top 10 or so.
Oh,
Sure.
that'd be interesting.
Send them a poster of their winning ship.
Or render the winning ships and then give the winners a file where they can see a 3D version of it. They can
Well,
rotate it.
talking of a 3D version, Kickside does own a 3D printer.
So
How do you know this?
what we
They
started
have
with,
produced
sort of
prizes
Vega
on
is
the 3D
that
printer
all of
before.
our ships are 2D, so we use sprite still. It's not 3D, so that would take a good amount of work to put it all into 3D.
a lot of
But
polygons
maybe
there.
in the future.
Yo, that'd be a sick event prize. Send me a 3D model of a Scythe destroyer.
Oh yeah.
Someone made.
There's a big market for this. I mean, come on, cash in.
We'll talk after
we
the
know
show.
we know
Carter.
Kickstarter are a bunch of greedy bastards. I mean, we know that. It's an established fact.
Oh, shots fired.
Well, I mean, I think that sort of goes into something that I'm actually really interested in, which is sort of increasing brand affinity with Vega. I think that I listen to you guys in the forums, and like we see some of the tweets that come in, and you guys clearly want to know what's up with the lore behind this game. Like, why is this happening? Who is the Vega Corporation? Who are these characters that you haven't heard a lot about? I think that when I took over Vega last November, that's something that I was really interested in as well. So I think that you guys will be seeing a lot more of us going down that path and filling you guys in a little bit more about who is the Vega Corporation, what's up with the antimatter, all sorts of things. Where is Earth? All these different things that we've sort of been plotting out over the past few months, and we're ready to start telling you about some of them. And I think that when you increase brand affinity and you get people wrapped up in the lore, that sort of opens up more opportunities for us to give you more when it comes to skins, et cetera, et cetera. So I think we're just starting that, and I think that it's really, really exciting.
You know what the fans really want?
What
we
are
want
the
to
fans
be able to attack the space turd. When
Yes,
can we attack the space turd?
I know! You guys want to attack that space turd so bad. Did you know that we've actually started calling it the space turd in the office because you guys call it the space turd?
Nice.
I hope the CEO's not watching this.
Oh.
Whoever rendered that graphic
I'm
is
waiting for
probably-
the day that it changes in the game to Alien Artifact to Space Turd. just as an April Fool's
I don't
prank.
think that'll happen.
Without them telling anyone, just change it just for a day.
I think that you guys will very much. I know that you guys really want to see the ability to hit the space turd, and
Yes.
we know that.
Yes.
And the other thing with that
The collection center. The Vega Collection
Yes.
Center.
I don't care if I have to send out 10 Apocrypher fleets on auto to kill it. I just want to be able to kill it, just to say I can.
Noted.
So
I mean, you guys just want to hit like Vega bases at all, right?
Yeah, the problem is
have
that
some Vega bases to be able to hit that have a higher amount of antimatter. I mean, the
And
Vega
also-
fleets don't spit out a whole lot of antimatter as it is, unless you go specifically hit the Vega antimatter
AF
fleets.
fleets.
Well, I always like to think where those Vega fleets go once they get to the wormhole.
yeah, that's another
Not
one.
because of the other side.
They don't appear on the other side, do they?
That's right.
Nope.
No, they don't. And what kind of technology are they using there? Can I warp to another sector that way?
We don't know.
This
Yeah,
is still
but if you
wants
do-
to
if
go to
you-
the Latino sector.
So I just want to go in there, rape it, and run out, and they can't catch me.
Or talk at you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll start typing in Greek or something in their chat. One last question, Carter.
I've got a question as well.
Mine's really quick. Are we going to get the no minimum range on long range weapons anytime soon?
I think that is technology that the Vega Corporation has that we don't understand yet.
Well, get your spies on it, man.
Maybe one day the rebels will get a hold of it. So we don't know.
Oh, maybe if I can hit the complex, I can steal it for everybody. And then,
Oh, that'd be fun if like one person stole it and then decided on the person.
Yep. Well, there was a cool idea we had a while ago. If you can hit someone's base and actually steal their tech, literally steal their blueprint, and take it away from them.
Yeah, I'm sure with how hard they work to get the blueprints, they would love that. You guys have any other questions?
Yeah, I've got one, Carter.
Yeah.
When we're out in space, it's mainly see where if it's ever going to come in. All we get is little triangles. Are we at any time going to be able to actually see the actual ship shapes out in space rather than just these little triangles?
We haven't talked about that yet internally, or maybe we have, and I just don't know that conversations happened. For right now, the triangles exist purely out of UI. The ships are black, space is black, they're hard to see. So we have the triangles so that you can see them and use them easily and see which direction they're headed in. There's a whole lot of reasons why we have the triangle, especially when it comes to just perspective of the ships. And which way they're facing and everything like that. So I don't know if we're going to add that anytime soon. I would imagine from a player interface, we won't be planning on doing that soon.
Our team hasn't
even if
done
you
anything in a while. Get the art team on this. I mean,
That's
they
what I was
could put it
saying.
in and make everybody
Wait,
have
wait, wait.
light-colored stuff.
There's
Here,
a way to do it easily
Stryder wants
without.
pink chips.
No, guys, there's a easier way to do it without actually modifying the UI interface. We already have a pop-up on a fleet that tells us, the person's base and all that crap. Why not extend the pop-up to actually give us text information in terms of the fleet configuration that's behind it?
Would
don't
you?
have to
So,
text the UI.
yeah, I guess I want to get feedback with that. Would you guys like to be able to sort of scout fleets?
Yes.
Without
That's what we're
actually
asking
going
for.
in to see him?
Yep.
Yeah, without attacking them.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Is that
At least just to know what holes there are.
Yeah, well, all we want to know is that this fleet contains, 3 Hawks and a Revelation. We don't care about the specifics, but we'd like to know what kind of fleets we're facing. Because right now, you either have to send in a scout ship. It'd be really nice to go into a sector, look at 50 different fleets, and know what you have, and say, okay, I have a Rev fleet, and I feel like killing a fleet of Furies or whatever. So let me just click through everyone's ships. Okay, that's the one I want to hit. I don't know how it's set up, so I might lose, but at least I know what kind of ship I'm hitting, instead of running into Destiny Corvettes.
Cool. Well,
Because you can't really tell now with the levels.
It sounds like you don't like Destiny Corvettes.
I like dishing out the maximum butthurt as possible. I mean, for me, and that's just me, when I hit somebody's fleet, I want to make sure that I give them at least, a 20-hour repair, as opposed to a 5-hour repair. But everyone else has different reasons why I guess they would want to see what the fleet configuration is minimally. And putting it in the text box is an easy thing to do.
Now, would you say just throwing that in as a text box, or throw that in as a tech
Oh, in other words, your ship has to have your ship has to have a special on it.
Tech to be able to do that, just like cloaking.
Yeah, we're never going to see cloaking. Forget cloaking.
It reminds me of. Are you guys playing Titanfall at all?
No.
Okay, well, I play Titanfall, and in Titanfall, there's like a tier ability that you can equip to your pilot that lets you like see through walls to see what's behind them. So it kind of sounds like that.
There you go. Yep. So it would actually be
something along that lines where you can actually see the configuration of the fleet.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's more of a functionality and being able to scout and knowing what you're going to hit more so than like a visual thing.
Yeah, it's like a space radar that tells us information about what's behind the fleet. And if we're going to have that for the fleet, we might as well have it for bases too. So you can look at a base and say, oh, okay, this base has 4 mass drivers, a couple of beams.
So when it comes to scanning bases, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let you see everything on the base before you hit it. I think that there's a certain rush and excitement that comes when a base shoots something at you that you didn't expect, and you have to sort of think on your toes. But what we are doing is that we're looking into making sure that you can find the best bases to hit and the most rewarding bases to hit. So we are actively looking at something like that, and I don't think
How about a feature so that when you mouse over the base, you can see how much res they have?
That sounds like a really, really great idea.
That would be because right now you go in and you could hit 10 bases and nobody has anything.
Mm-hmm. It's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like the idea.
Medals.
They have it for Commander.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, juicy information!
Actually,
I think we already sort
you all need to give that information out a month ago when we had
I think that we said something.
Yeah.
They forgot about it by now. I did.
Well, you did, but they didn't.
So yeah, well guys, I have to head out. Several reasons, meetings, and then my laptop battery is also dying. But I'll definitely be sure to watch the rest of this tomorrow. And as always, thank you guys for having me on. And I think that Retribution is going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys in Sector Chat.
Oh, absolutely. What sector are you in?
I think right now, I hop around, but I think right now I'm in 2200.
Oh, right next
I
to
saw
it.
a
Perfect.
post on Facebook that somebody had hit you, so.
Yeah.
Lycan, actually.
You guys hit me all the time. if I am there, I am hit. The end.
Carter, I've not found you yet, but now I know where you are. I'll come looking.
All right. Come find me. You know what? I'll just post where I am. Who cares?
Just keep in your signature on the forums.
Okay. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
A little sub-forum. Where is Carter this week?
Sure. I will put it in my signature. I think that's fun.
There you go.
But I'll tell you the sector. I won't tell you guys the planet. How's that?
That's
there
good
you
enough.
go.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of
Thanks
your
for coming,
Carter.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yep.
Well, lots of juicy information.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good. Hey, I seen some potential butt hurts. Did you end up getting a butt hurt this week? Somebody attacked me?
Oh,
Can you guys
God,
fuck
I
off?
got one. I participated in collecting one.
Were you
really?
trolling?
No.
You're not trolling the forums or the comms.
I wasn't trolling the comms.
So is this the butthurt of the week?
Scouts honor.
Scout's honor?
Yeah, that one and all. So, what's going to be your plans for the event? Autos? Hand flying?
My plan is to wait until Zissis tells me the best way to do it, and then I'm going to build some ships, and I'm going to do it.
Yep. My plan is I already have Phase 5 Gladius 3 and Gladius 2 ships ready to go. I will be flying them, and I'll figure out the best configuration and tell you guys, so then you guys can do the event. I will be in 2600, but what I've decided to do this time is a little bit different. I'm going to finish the event in a few hours, and last time when I finished the event, I went off and killed everyone to prevent them from doing the event. This time I'm going to do the opposite. when I finish the event, I'm going to prep all the high-level cargoes for everyone to get the sector to finish the event as well.
You're going to be helpful?
I will be helpful.
What?
Somebody go
I
get
am
the
that
rectal
bored.
thermometer.
Dude,
This man
with
is
this.
seriously ill.
No, I'm actually quite bored. There was only one guy that pissed me off all week this week, and he had a stupid level 37 base, and he got flattened by one hit. That was it. so, yes, I will help the sector, which will be different and new. It's almost going back my old days, and see what happens. There's a lot of low-level players in 2600, so that's what I'm going to do. Because I figure most of these fleets are going to have slow-ass battleships at the end anyway, so I can kill all the fast ships for everyone, and then they can go in, hit a 55, collect probably a higher ratio of cores than hitting 20s and 30s or 27s and 30s. Which is another question I forgot to ask Carter. How many cores are we getting per fleet? Damn it.
I don't think they're going to release that information until the event sets up.
Yeah.
That'll be along the same lines as last time.
Most likely. Then, if they're going to change it, I doubt they're going to change it very far.
Yeah. So I'm probably just going to, since I'm not autoing this time, just hit 55s.
However, there's no telling what the prize amounts could be.
Yep, that's true.
Because this time we've got 4 tiers in total.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
so
The prize amounts were posted.
No, per Vega. This is 1.5 million for the high one, for the ship. So it's 50% more than last time that we have to get.
It was 50,000. Weren't we
No, it's
getting?
a million last time for the ship.
Yeah, it was 1
No,
million.
but how much was the 55 given out?
I can't remember. I remember I had to hit 10 ships to finish the event on the 55s.
Yeah. So it was given
so
out 50,000.
No, 100,000. Because you have to get a million.
Yeah, you had to hit 10 55s to complete
Yes.
1 million.
So it was hitting 100,000.
Clear that out, so you're going to be looking at 15.
Yeah. So either
If
it's going
they
to be.
haven't changed it.
If they haven't upped the data cores.
That's right, because
Yes.
you could have went through and picked off the 3 front ships, the 3 APOCs, and gotten half of the XP you needed out of each one.
Yep. And that's essentially what I'm going to be doing with the sector. Hitting the hard ships.
Philip says it's 1.25 million for the Condor, and Lex confirms it.
Okay, so they changed it because they had posted 1.5 million last week. All right, so 1.25 million. So it's relatively close. So that means if I can prep out, if they have 3 front hard ships like they did before, if I can prep those out for everyone, then they can take their auto repair or close to auto repair battleships and take out the other 3 and come up with like 50 million. Yeah. So I think the whole sector will be able to finish the event that way. So other sectors, if you want to help your sector, do the same thing, damn it. There's a lot of high-level players out there.
Last event, we had a what? I think the guy was level 28.
Yes, he's in 2600 now. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to preemptively put this out there. For all you butthurt crybabies that were in the forums last time that said, oh, it's fucking too hard, I can't do this.
I'm a level
Let me remind you
33, I can't
that a
do
level
it.
28 got the Dread battleship, which he could not build,
Yep.
but he got a Dread battleship planned for when he
And
hits the level that he can build it. So,
Exactly.
sack the fuck up, put on your big girl panties, and get ready for another tough event that a level 28 will be able to finish.
Yes, it can be done.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, there's not going to be enough time for us to have Stryder nerf the event. Too hard for you.
Yeah, that one's a little bit out of my league, is nerfing an event.
I don't know. You're pretty good at this getting shit nerf stuff.
We'll see. We'll see.
I was talking to Carter, he said something about the battleships getting nerfed, so I probably said too much last week.
Rebel Stryder getting shit nerfed since episode 90.
That's great.
I might actually have to make that your tagline. Lexi has just posted in chat about the fleet manager. He says it's part of an update that's their primary priority right now.
Oh, does that mean
probably the next big update after the event is going to include this.
Great, because we're going to have 10,000 more ships now with this event in our bay.
Only 10.
I'm gonna take a dig at Witchcraft and say, you know what, Witchcraft? They said we were gonna have an event coming soon, and it was less than 30 days. We got an event, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. coming soon in BP talk is you're waiting a lifetime. Okay, 2 years. They're still waiting for a fucking dry dock.
Yep.
Please. Dry dock.
Dry dock. Shout out the kids. Cook a steak. Yeah.
You know what I'd like to have in my base? Space snow. I see enough of it up here in Canada. They should be able to sprinkle snow on my base. I feel at home when I'm playing Vega.
Would you like Rudolph in your base too at Christmas time and little Santa Claus on top of your bridge?
Only if he shoots a red-nosed laser beam of death.
You're going to be giving out little presents to everybody in the sector too, and they're going to explode when they open them up, right?
Yeah,
Boom.
It'll be the bomb.
Oh.
Well, we digress now.
You did not just do that one.
I totally just did it.
Oh, God.
What are you going to do about it? Farm?
All right, Lycan, why don't your butt hurt us?
Butt hurt you.
You got a butt hurt of the week?
Butt hurt the fucking century, this guy. Okay. This is from my sector, 2500.
What did you do to this guy?
I actually did not start this. I did not start this.
Man, there's so much butter there, it's crashing the Google Plus.
I don't have a big enough monitor for this, man.
Can you see this ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
well, this starts off in sector 2500. You're looking for Deathstalker. Now, all of a sudden, in comms, he has just gone, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you all. And no one has a clue why. He then says, you can go choke on a fucking dick bitch. This guy comes on and he whinges, so I'm like, okay, what set it off? Maskin says, DS, do not be a dick and do not be a backstabber, but then maybe only then we can be friends. Fuck you. I never once jumped your baser, yet you do that shit to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, God. And then we just start taking the piss. Edgar says, Maskin says, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Edgar is replying, he's got no mother. My reply, was it hatched? Yes. Destroy says, I haven't had one since 2004, but fuck you. Dude, turn the caps lock off. Make me. We're just like, what in the hell happened? It turns out that he was going to base somebody, and they decided that they were going to hit his baser fleet.
That means they're smart.
Not according to him. According to him, and Jake, you always do it to me because you're fucking pussies.
Man.
Yes.
So you guys just got in there with the big stick, did you?
Yes, and I've just replied, not pussies, smarter. You can't take
as bad.
Fucking pussy. I've just replied in caps. You can't take losing a fleet. Fucking child.
It's almost as bad as the guy who thought his ship bay was actually killing a fleet.
Oh yeah.
Have you not got that facility, Zeus?
Pardon?
Have you not got that facility?
No,
Where you
I don't have enough coins for that, man. They want to charge me 1 million coins for my ship bay to actually kill fleets. And I thought, screw that. I'm just going to get Tachyon 3s and do it myself cheaper.
Yeah, so this guy continues to go on and go on and go on and go on until eventually he leaves, as you can see in the far right.
Oh, leaves as in leaves the whole sector?
He relocated within 24 hours of this rant.
Wow.
Wow.
After having told us that he was going to get his friends, this you may have heard of his friends. They're in this alliance called Die.
Die?
Oh, really?
He said he was going to get them.
Let me tell you something about Die. If I knew somebody that was that wimpy, they would probably hit his base for him.
Well, my response was, I could get one of my friends in, but I don't need them to fight for me. He kind of went away from comms for a while.
All you guys in the Twitch chat, let's say we put the call out. Let's find Deathstalker.
Oh no, Florable says he's gone to 3,500, right next to him.
Right
It's very
next to
easy.
your-
3,500. That's just...
Die now knows, because Die members do watch this. They all now know that they're being used as patsies for this guy. So I suspect that the next time Die jumps, and those guys don't screw around, they'd be jumping on top of this guy's ass.
I am not making this shit up, and the whole of 2,500 saw this crap.
Yes.
It went on for about 10 minutes. It was highly amusing.
Wow.
So there you go. All Die members, you now have 10 minutes of fun.
Go for it. Please, just video it so us in 2,500 can see this crap and we can laugh.
That's right. Post it on the war page.
It's on 3515. There we go. 3515.
Deathstalker, yes.
Florable says, good luck getting him. We have Swarm, GL, and DFA on here.
Wait, so are you telling me that DFA, Swarm, and GL are protecting this noob? Shit,
I think
here.
they might just be in the vicinity.
Oh, okay. Because if they are,
I doubt
then
anyone would bother protecting this dick. There's no other word for him. Deathstalker, you just are a prick.
Wait, we just got something in chat. The feds are on this case. They're looking for him now. It already started.
Deathstalker, if I was you, I would switch your computer off and go away for a week.
Or, yeah, quit Vega for about a month if you want to.
And if you actually are 12, like they say you are in here, go back to school. Get the hell off this.
You shouldn't even be playing the game.
If your mom found out you were talking like that on a game, I'm sure she'd smack you. I remember that episode. Dude's mom comes walking in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Standing behind him, and then the screen goes black.
Yep.
That was awesome.
So, we guys got anything else? Anything from Stryder this week?
No, Strider's still computerless.
Stryder still broke his fucking computer downloading viruses.
I've got a computer geek coming out in the morning to run a full diagnostics on it. So I'm hoping I'm up and running for the event.
Kids, this is why you do not go to dodgy porn sites.
Oh, Lycan, can you tell everybody what this guy's ID is? Because they're posting in chat that he might change his name.
His ID is 1083766.
Perfect.
And I'll
Well,
post,
if he's
I'll
12,
post it in the chat as well.
I can't imagine he can afford to.
No, he was whinging that he doesn't pay, and he's a complete whiner. He whinges about everything that doesn't go his way.
He sounds familiar. I get the feeling we should.
Yeah, I get the strangest feeling that I've seen him on comms before.
Yeah. Like Stryder nerfed his own computer.
Apparently, I've nerfed Stryder's computer.
Yes.
Oh goodness. So
nearly a fortnight now.
it's
I
nice to see.
I have had some friendly people keep checking on my base for me. Big Justice checked on it twice. Jover's checked on it twice.
Oh, did they bring chocolates and beer? Or did they bring explosives?
Didn't bring anything. Explosives.
They brought the bomb.
They brought the bomb. You got the bomb present early. Oh.
Well, if there's nothing else,
Like I said,
So,
no computer. I've not got a lot of it at all.
we're gonna get something to do with a fleet manager soon, which is nice to see. So obviously they've listened, and since they've listened, I'm gonna put this out to you. What do you want to see next? Wish list. What's your wish list item?
I want a chicken head on top of a fleet.
You want little chicken heads instead of arrows?
That's right. That's right. I want a chicken head, damn it.
if you're getting chicken heads, I want wolf heads.
There you go. So we should be able to put our own little icon on our fleets. There you go. That's the thing I guess I'm asking for.
I think we know what Striders will be.
The pink bubble?
Hmm.
No. I now know that I'm beating my head against a brick wall for the pink bubble. Although everybody in the game would love to see it, the people that matter, those at Kickside, say never, never, never.
Yeah,
So,
that's unfortunate.
Put that on the back burner, and I'll bring it out in a couple of years' time.
Well,
I think
banging your head against a brick wall has never stopped the Battle Pirates guys asking for the dry dock.
Dry dock.
Yeah, the dry dock.
Dry dock.
if we hit a base and we kill our fleet on a base and we kill the base, we should pick the bubble color as a reward.
Yo, I agree with chat. Chat's looking. We got one guy that says missions to pay out coins. I still want to see the ability to trade metals in for blueprints.
That would be mine. Yeah.
Let us be able to trade. I got 200 fucking medals. What am I gonna do with these guys that got 300 and 400 medals? Whatever.
How about medals for antimatter?
Or that. Medals for antimatter would be nice too. Like.
Yeah, although
because you could go in, you could raid the base for its antimatter and other resources, get whatever medals you get out of it, and then get more antimatter, and be able to blow shit up more. More shit blown up.
Potentially. But I
or
mean,
using
they
up
have
your
to come
medals
up
from
with a
purple hairs.
different. They're going to have to come up with a different medal system. I mean, I don't remember how many medals everybody started with, but now you don't get extra medals anymore.
We all started off with 0, but unlike with War Commander, we never managed to go into negative numbers.
No.
I think. Or it was something like 50. We were all given a token amount.
I think we all started with some.
Yep.
It's been that long ago.
I've got a wish list. It's nothing new. It's something from way back that I would like them to bring back. And that is, if you hit a base and you totally die, you've got no ships to get back to your base. So how can you take res? I would like it if you die in a base, you get nothing.
Oh.
You want to bring that back in?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes.
I must admit, it wasn't
Maybe
exactly a popular change on the show, was it?
It wasn't. No. If you fail, if you've got no ships to fly back, how can you carry res back?
Yep.
Yeah, because your ships are supposedly
dead.
in very small pieces.
The
Somehow
argument
flying
to
back in
that is,
formation.
how do you get back to your base with ships at all?
Magic.
It's the magic tractor beam.
I got John Deere's. They don't have beams, okay?
I mean,
got
in
high
the day-
beams.
In the day where we used to have this, where if you died in a base, you got nothing.
Yeah, back in the first days, if you lost your fleet, you lost all the res that was sat in it, and there was a lot more FVF back then.
To get, yeah, it meant you had to have a strategy to be able to get back.
Yep.
Um,
Well, does that mean that
I
if you
wouldn't go to far as saying you lose everything if you get out the base with some left in one ship, you get whatever you got.
wait? So
Well, if
basically,
that-
Stryder, are you saying that if I have a fleet,
The base, if you get jumped outside the base and totally finished, you've still got the percentage of the res, everything that the other guy doesn't take.
because
Because
Stryder,
got out of the base, it's just to stop this, especially at the lower levels where people just suicide.
does
They
that
come
mean
into
that if you lose four, let's say your fleet, for argument's sake, holds 1,000,000 res. I'm just picking the number, and you have 5 ships for easy math, right? So each ship can hold 200K.
Yeah.
If you only have 1 ship left coming out of the base, can you only hold 200K times 5?
No,
Or
you get what the fleet holds. It's just
okay.
you didn't. If you lost all your ships, you got nothing. If you the minutest sliver of life left in one ship, you still took the full haul.
Yeah, but
But
then
if you suicide
someone
if you
took you on the
suicide
way back.
in-house, you don't get nothing.
You got
Yep.
nothing. It brings a little bit more strategy back. It
gives a reason to escort fleets.
suicide and take res, because there's no strategy in that at all.
It also changes the way people build bases if we can do that.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah,
it.
it would be something that I'd like to see again.
I don't know what the chat room thinks about that one.
Well, somebody in the chat
I've
also
got some
posted.
different ideas about it, but it kind of looks like they like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Kixeye changed it in the first place.
Probably
I think
because
it was
guys didn't
because
like it in
people
the first
were
place.
no, I think people were complaining about getting jumped as they came out of planet.
Well, that's easy. If you get out of the base with some health left, you take everything you got out of that base. If you then get jumped, the attacking fleet that kills you, they only take the percentage of what they can carry.
Mhm.
Don't forget
Yeah, right now,
you've still got 500% out of the base. So fleet versus fleet, you kill somebody, you only get what you can carry off that fleet.
yeah,
So if
right now
that's-
we lose half of it.
If that stayed the same, you wouldn't. I mean, if you're hitting the base for 20 million, and somebody comes and hits you and kills your fleet finally, and gets 5 million of that, you're still getting
Yeah, that's
away.
no big deal.
Whereas
Yep.
if you fail in the base, your ships are flying home empty anyway. So, I honestly don't know why they changed it.
Rage says they changed it because it was hard to 100% the base back then and fight your way back home. But that's not the case anymore. Now it's easy to 100% the base. So it should be no problem in leaving 1 ship out and then attacking with just 5 ships and, stealing res from the base. So that old excuse of why they changed it does not apply anymore. Yep. That goes in line with why people get, 20 on a bubble get medals on a 25% bubble, right? It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
But go in there and I just rush easily 25% of the base because pretty much everybody can 25% or 75% of base these days. Then all we're doing is we're shifting medals around. I know they're useless right now, but maybe in the future they will be useful.
That's still my thing. I want to be able to do something with them.
Yep, they're
It
absolutely
would be
useless.
nice.
Yeah, somebody asked me today to hit their base.
I
can't
think the
remember
best
what it was.
suggestion.
So Well, I got nothing else.
No? Unless there's anything else?
Oh, we're good.
Okay, then we will see you over at the group. That's vc.battlevortex.com. No, .tv, in fact. Fuck, I can't even remember these fucking links.
Make sure you guys get on that. Stay posted for the...
The round table.
We'll let you know what time it is from the Facebook page so that we don't conflict with War Commander again.
If necessary, we can always use my Twitch chat.
Yeah, we could use a different Twitch chat. But stay posted to that Facebook page, guys, for the round table. If you want to be on the round table, you got to have a good mic and a good internet connection. You don't need a camera.
Nope.
We don't want to see your ugly mug. We got Lycans, that's enough.
Not yours, god damn it, it's blinding me.
I'm going to shine it up for the round table. From here.
Please don't, it'll end up like a glare on bases. Can't see shit, too much glare, too much glare.
Alright.
Alright guys, we will catch you later.
All right.